So hey everybody, it's Brad.
And I'm Christa.
With the Big Family Homestead, and we have some secrets to share with you.
Well, and yeah.
Alright, our videos have been kind of all over the map lately.
Yeah, kinda, yeah.
Gotta look at them, Mama. I know I'm back here.
Sorry.
They're over there.
I know.
Lovely. But yeah, we've been kind of all over the map, and there's a reason for that. We made those videos, about 5 of them, all last week within the span of about 2 days.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And then work still had to get done.
Right.
And we were preparing for a trip.
As you can see from our background, we're not
We ain't in Kansas anymore.
We're not in Kansas anymore. Well, we're not in Wisconsin anymore.
Yeah.
So,
well, what happened was this. Our son Jonathan, who was in Army basic training, he got hurt a while back. And they were trying to decide whether or not to send him home after he had a surgery or not for healing. And we didn't have any contact with him for...
almost a month.
Yeah.
Which is half of basic training.
So we didn't know what was going on.
No.
And then he contacted us and said, okay, I've talked with doctors. I'm just going to push through and I'll have a surgery later. I'm going to deal with this later.
He's going to graduate from basic training, and then afterwards he'll have the surgery.
And so we, at the last second, figured out a way by some of the grace of God, well, no, all of the grace of God, and some of help from you guys, we ended up getting a way to get here. And it was pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to show you some of the footage of the ceremony and a little bit of fun. We went to the mall afterwards because he didn't have anything to do.
No, it was, and there was limited things he could do. Being a new graduate and being in uniform, they have restrictions, so we really couldn't do a whole lot, which was fine. Just spending time with him was worth it.
It was amazing. And I would say that he's different now.
Yeah, very, very different.
Not gonna say?
No.
Okay.
Because I'll cry.
Well, let's just say that some of the isms of Jonathan were clearly not there anymore.
Yeah.
And it was a huge blessing. It was just like somebody, I mean, he's still got Jonathan all over him. That'll never wash off, which is great. But he, it was a different guy, but a good guy.
Yeah.
And so we are thankful for all of your prayers, and we're going to show you some of the video stuff that we got. There wasn't a whole lot that I wanted to video just because I wanted it to be a family thing.
Yeah. But there's some really cool stuff that he was able to get. So,
And do.
Yeah.
And at the very end of this, it was retired Major General Brian
Watson.
He came to give the speech at Family Day.
On Family Day, yes.
Because one of his grandkids was graduating.
I think it was his son.
Somebody who was a relative.
One of his relatives, I believe it was his son, but regardless, him and his wife have both served for 30 plus years.
And every accolade you can think of.
Every single one. Was he Major General?
He was a Major General.
Major General. That takes some work.
And we are grateful.
Yes.
For everything. But I'm going to include at the end of the video his speech, because you can barely see him, but that's not why. You listen to it. The audio came through very good, and I plan to do something cooler and classier with it in the future, because it was powerful, it was transformative, and the way that it was delivered with class and respect. And it aroused you to think of your country and your service to God are paramount.
Yeah.
So, you have anything else to say, Mama?
No.
Let the frivolity begin and end with Major General Brian Watson's speech. So enjoy.
Victory! All right, in closing, we'll meet here tomorrow at 9 a.m. for the graduation ceremony. Please arrive.
Company A is commanded by Captain Aaron Horwood from Phoenix, Arizona.
You know, there's a lot of times I get introduced, and people say, okay, you know, this is Major General retired Brian Watson, Airborne Ranger, Sapper, 34-year veteran, served in 3 wars. And I like to include that I'm also married to a retired first sergeant who has 33 years. You can imagine what our household's like. And she's had her own combat tour. She says that occurs every day. And while those are interesting introductions, they're not fundamental. They're not why I am here. You see, I stand before you today simply as Brian Watson, married to Sigrid, who also has a family member standing beyond our view in the woodline. Just like you, we are anxious, proud, jubilant family members, because one of our own is waiting to have that reunion. And like you, we're a little scared. By the way, I'm not scared of him. But I am scared to be the old bald guy who's standing between so many moms and dads and a good hug around the neck of their kid. I had better odds in a firefight in Iraq. So I'll try and keep my remarks short, to the point. Since this is Family Day, I thought we should start by reflecting exactly on what is family. And there's no place better to go than go to Webster's. And Webster says that the family is the basic unit of society. It's an organizing principle of how we live our lives. Because it's a group that's formed on a common ancestry, with bonds that are forged by shared convictions and values. So today we celebrate 2 incredible families. The American family, represented by you, and the United States Army, which is a great family. And at the end of my remarks, what I'm going to do is provide you just a few tips about how I think you can become a better member of this family that you're getting ready to inherit. Because what we're really here to celebrate is the coming together of those 2 families. You, the American family, and the United States Army waiting just beyond the woodline. So first to you and your family. Thank you for your commitment to your soldier, for inculcating him or her with a set of values that brought them here today. Thank you for giving them drive to be better, to push themselves, to aspire to give themselves to something bigger than self. Thank you for kicking them in the butt when they needed it. Thanks for being the one standing on the sidelines in the heat of the day or in the cold rain, always cheering them on whatever field that was. Always supporting them no matter what their endeavor, to include when they got the harebrained idea to come to the United States Army. Thanks for your unwavering and unconditional love. Thanks for being a family to a soldier in the woodline, for being that basic unit in our society, for being, no kidding, the fabric of those American colors, and why this is the greatest country in the world. So give yourselves a round of applause. Now let me talk about those who stand in the woods only a few hundred yards from here, and the family that they're going to join. Because there's family waiting for them, not only here in the stands, but at the forts, posts, camps, stations, all over the world. Family that is in some cases already in harm's way, and in all cases ready to answer our nation's call. Because that's also a family that we're here to celebrate. And know this: we are the most formidable, most respected family in the world. And if you threaten this country, we're going to kick your butt. Now you have loved ones who chose to join this family, who aspire to be one of its members. And over the past 9 weeks, we have selected some incredible leaders called drill sergeants, and they have tested your loved one to make sure that they are worthy to wear this family name. Let's give them a round of applause. And sitting in this audience are a bunch of elders, people who have served in the past. If you're a veteran, stand up. To bear witness to the passing on of our family name to another generation. Now let me turn to the family that you can't see right now. The band of brothers and sisters that are standing just beyond our view. They have proven worthy. They have met the standards. And tomorrow they will graduate this first crucible and be welcomed into our ranks, be part of our family. And they have a new family tree, symbolized by those streamers that hang from that standard. That's their inheritance. That's their ancestry. It's a new family tree. And I want to be very clear. They have undergone an incredible test this past 9 weeks, but that test is not over. To be worthy of the U.S. Army family name, you will be tested every day of your life. That you wear the cloth of nation. And I would argue you're tested even when you take it off. Because it's your family name forever. Now, soon you're going to reunite with your soldier. You're going to hug their neck. You're going to see that the journey that they have undergone has changed them forever. There are a few things you will notice. They carry themselves a little different. They walk taller. They've got purpose in their life. They're no longer picky eaters.
That's great.
In fact, they eat everything. And they eat it with gusto. And they prefer a spoon over a knife and a fork. They can sleep anywhere. They'll probably sleep while they're visiting you. They can sleep through anything except a drill sergeant's park to get up in the morning.
Yeah.
They tell time a little differently. You'll never hear, oh, it's 4:30. It's either 04:30 or 6:30. You want to converse with them and get anywhere on time, you better learn to add and subtract 12. They've learned that they don't have to have a cell phone in their hand 24/7. Most of you had a hard time clapping because you had your cell phones in your hand. And they got a glimpse of the world beyond Facebook. They've learned that getting a number of likes doesn't help you on the weapons range or on the PT field. They've learned that there's a big difference between high five and get down and give me 20. And the difference is a lot more than 15. They've changed. But these are just symptoms. The reason that they're different, like their kin around the world, is because now they are propelled by a single unifying action. One oath. Support and defend the Constitution of the United States. A set of ideas that are so important that they now define a people and a nation. The youngins and the beyond the woodline have become brothers and sisters, bound to one another by a set of values that put a premium on things like loyalty, duty, respect, integrity, selfless service, honor, and personal courage. And more importantly, central to that trust that they have in one another is an ethos. A way that says how you're going to conduct yourselves. It says that they will always put the mission first, that they will never accept defeat, they will never quit, and they will never leave a fallen comrade. Those are pure and simple words. But they require toughness and grit if you really want to live them out every day. On and off duty, because now there is no difference. You have to live those values, you have to live that ethos, whether you're wearing that uniform or whether you're not. That's what soldiers do. So as you reunite with your soldier, I'm going to ask you to do a couple things. One, respect, honor, support, admire the transformation that your soldier has gone through, the journey that he or she has traveled, the new bonds that they feel with this thing called the Army and the Army family. And sometimes you're going to feel left out because the strong bonds of the Army will be at competition with those of family. I promise. But now let me help you with that. The second thing that I'm going to ask you to do is to adopt your own ethos. What I would call is being the ethos of an Army family. You see, if the soldier is told and believes that he will never accept defeat or that he's going to put the mission first, you've got to do your part to set the conditions for that. You have to allow them to put the mission first. You have to take care of things on the home front so they can focus and never accept defeat. Your love has to be unwavering, unconditional, because they will never quit. You can never quit in the support that you give your soldier. They're told, you will not leave a fallen comrade. You can never turn your back on Army family. That's the ethos that will help these two families come together. That's what I need you to do. Simple statements. Support your soldier putting the mission first. Overcome life's challenges so your soldier can win the fight at hand. Support your soldier with an unconditional, unwavering love. And never turn your back on Army family. If you can do those things, there is no stopping this Army. So be your part of your soldier's journey. Live that ethos. And become part of the most formidable, most respected family in the world. And if you darken our door, you're going to kick your butt. Your soldier needs you to be all in. And this country needs to be all in. God bless each one of you in the stands, and to my family out in the woods, I couldn't be prouder.